Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader here for Mr. Topstep with your Wednesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, today is all about the Fed. It's one of those dog and pony show Fed days. 12:30, they're going to come out with the usual announcement. Then they do interest rate projections sometime around 2 o'clock Eastern. And then I think at 2:30, Bernanke does his press conference. So it's going to be, a lot of Fed stuff today. Now, the Bulls did exactly what I asked them to do yesterday. They went ahead and took out 24, made that higher high. They also took out this prior high over here from November the 7th, 1431.75. We've traded as high as 35 half today. And you got to ask yourself a couple of things. Is the Fed traditionally bullish or bearish for the market? Well, lately they've been bullish because they've been, firing everything off. Now, the flip side of that is, there's always a point in time where that's going to stop. And I tell you guys every time we do this, don't game the Fed. Just don't. It's just like don't game the jobs report. Don't. You have no idea what the reaction is going to be to what the Fed does. And today it's coming in three parts. So it's just a big mess. That said, we've taken out that high at 31. And we have come an awfully long way. But at the same time, that upper Bollinger Band there up at 42, if we get some positive news today, I could see an overreaction up and through that band. If we do get that overreaction, if we punch that upper Bollinger Band, I am a raging short. I may have to sit up there for a couple of days and wait for things to reverse themselves, but if we punch that band, I'm getting short. So we saw that we're still in a headline minefield. The big down yesterday had a lot to do with Harry Reid. It had a lot to do with the speaker taking the floor there at noontime. So you've got to be aware of everything that's going on with the headlines. There were actually people on CNBC yesterday, it actually came out of their mouth to ignore the headlines. That has got to be the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in all my years of half watching that stuff. You ignore these headlines at your peril. This is all about headlines, this market. This is a headline minefield market, and if you're not going to watch the headlines, don't trade it. That's my best advice. And I'm sure that the people that are saying that aren't actually trading it. They're sitting on the sideline, which makes it very easy for them to say to ignore the headlines. But if you're invested in this market, if you're trading this market intraday, you have got to watch those headlines. So if we pull back, the key area now is going to be 1424. And below that, you get into and that's the 3-day pivot area. The daily pivot today is 1427. So really 27, 24, 21. 18, and now we've got a lot of air between us and that 14-15 area. So I'm pretty much considering that established support now. It established itself as support during the Globex Monday night, and that was the launch pad level, the bounce level from 14-15. I showed you guys that yesterday. Okay, so 14-15 has been won by the Bulls. So the Bears are going to have to go through a lot of work to get that back. And with one of their biggest advocates on deck today, I think there's a chance to see some new highs. Okay? Everybody trade them well. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader for Mr. Topstep. And I will see everybody tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade them well, guys.